MLP series review, season 1, episode 25, Party of One. This episode is just absolutely phenomenal. I think it's safe to say from my looking, let me check, but I'm pretty sure that this is by far the best episode of season 1. Yeah, I think this is like bar none, just incredibly good episode. This episode is pretty much a perfect episode in my opinion. Um, so Pinkie is throwing a party for Gummy. We get the first introduction of Gummy, her pet alligator, I think, not crocodile. Yeah, alligator. And all of the girls attend, and then Pinkie wants to throw another party the next day, but all of the girls are like, no. And Pinkie's like, what's going on? And then the girls are being weird, and Pinkie starts freaking out, and then she really freaks out because Spike tells her not the right thing because she wants to hear not the right thing, and then she goes crazy, and then she realizes that they were throwing her a surprise birthday party, and the end is happy, and it's a happy ending. This episode just has so much good in it. There's so much good everything. Attention to detail, comedy. We even get a song. Technically, it's not like a big song, but we get the Pinkie singing the invitations to the party. It's just such a good episode for so many reasons. I'll try to run through all of them to remember, like if I remember them. But the first one is during Pinkie's song. She says, "There's no need to bring a gift. Being there will be enough. Birthdays mean having fun with friends, not getting lots of stuff." And that's just such a good message. Like that's already like that already paints Pinkie as, first of all, it makes Pinkie just a way better character. But second of all, it teaches a really valuable lesson because that is true, man. You don't. People think, birthdays and Christmas, give me gifts, but it's not. It's about spending time with the people that you love and the people, your friends and stuff. And that's already like a really good message. The song itself is a really good one. It's a good song too. Then we get the party, where they set it up really well because it's obviously supposed to be. You're not supposed to know that the girls are throwing her a surprise birthday party. So the way they set it up is at the party when Pinkie is like doing things for like the party, the first party. It seems like the girls are being annoyed. Like Rainbow Dash and Applejack are bobbing for apples, and Applejack? No, Rainbow Dash. I think they both get an apple. And Pinkie Pie is like, oh, wait until you get something like one of the great like surprise things or whatever. So they like, oh, hype. That's like way cooler. Applejack ends up getting like I think she gets like an apple that's like stuck to the bottom like with a spring. And then like Rainbow Dash gets like a face full of gummy. And it's like, okay, so they're kind of like, oh, oh. And then Rarity is like, drinking like the punch, and like she's like, oh, this is delicious, this is the same as the one you did last time. And Pinkie's like, no, it's Gummy's favorite. And like the alligator is inside of the punch, and Rarity gets like super grossed out, and she like spits it out. And then like Twilight, Fluttershy, and Pinkie are dancing, and like Pinkie like gets way too into it and starts knocking them around and stuff. So they kind of set it up like the girls are kind of like, not that they're like not having fun, but like it's like, okay, this is enjoyable, but also it's kind of tedious, I guess. So anyways, the girls are leaving, and Pinkie's like, do you want to stay? Like, don't, like, there's still cake and we could still do things. And the girls are like, no, like, it's fine. And Twilight's like, we should do it again sometime though. And Pinkie's like, we should do it again sometime. And then like right the next day, Pinkie's there at their door again with more invitations for like another party. And like anybody like who isn't like a crazy person would be like, yeah, that might be a bit much. You just had a party the day before, and now you want to have another party like literally within the next 24 hours. That's kind of, I don't know. So like as the viewer, you're already saying like, oh, she wants to have, like, the girls aren't gonna want to do that. There's a joke there's like where like Pinkie is like, yeah, I'm having another party this afternoon, and Twilight's like this afternoon as this afternoon, and it's like a running joke because she says it, and then Applejack says it, and then Rarity says it, and it's like it's just funny because they're like, oh, like this is bad, like what do we do? So all of the girls give excuses as to why they can't go, and there's like really funny parts, like the part where Pinkie is talking to Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash, and Rainbow Dash is like, we're house sitting, and like Pinkie's like, for who? And they're like, for Harry, and like Pinkie's like, Harry? She's like, I don't know who that is, and I know like everybody in Ponyville, and Fluttershy's like, he's a bear. it's funny the way she says it, and just the absurdity, like they're house sitting for a bear, like that's already like a really good joke. And then it's really funny because in the scene after this, like there's this really long back and forth between Pinkie and Rainbow and Fluttershy where like they're lying, but like they're trying to like synchronize their lies, and it's not working. They're saying different things, and it's like it barely works, and they leave, and then Pinkie's in Sugar Cube Corner above the she's in her room, and like she's like I don't know, she's like, it makes sense that Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy have to go house sit for that bear, but what about my other friends? So like she bought that like ridiculously dumb excuse, but like Twilight, Rarity, and Applejack's reasonable excuses of I've got to wash my hair, I've got to study, and I've got to pick apples. She's like, I don't know about that. So anyways, we get like Twilight goes to Sugar Cube Corner, and Pinkie notices her, and there's some like really good Dash freaking. Anyways, Twilight goes to the thing to pick up some stuff, and Pinkie notices her, and then Pinkie follows Twilight to Rarity's, and Rarity takes the box that Twilight had got from Sugar Cube, and she gives it to Fluttershy, and then Fluttershy runs into Pinkie, but Pinkie has like a hay bale, like she's disguised in a hay bale with like fake glasses and a fake nose and stuff. Fluttershy freaks out, and she just flies away. And Rainbow Dash just walks by, and she's like, hey, Pinkie. And it's like, dang, how did she know that was Pinkie? It's literally just a freaking hay bale with glasses and a fake nose. And that's like really funny, because then Rainbow Dash tries to fly away. And this part is really funny too, because she can't get away from Pinkie, and like Dash is like super fast, but she can't get away from her. So Rainbow flies to like to the Apple's barn, and she gets in first, and like Applejack won't let Pinkie in, and we get like the angry Okie Dokie Loki, which is really funny, and then the jump scare where Pinkie comes back and looks her in the eye. We also get Applejack slamming the door of the barn on Pinkie Pie's head. And then after this, we get the part where Pinkie interrogates Spike, and the only reason Spike tells her like that her friends don't care about her is because that's what she asks to be told. And then we get Pinkamena Dion Pie. We get the straight hair, and they did like a really good job with Pinkamena, because like not only does she lose the vibrancy of her mane, she loses color. She gets a little darker, and she looks like way more unhappy. And the party of one scene is just like, again, it's perfect. You have Pinkie going crazy and talking to a bunch of inanimate objects like they're her friends, and she freaks out, and then Dash finally comes, and she's going to take her to the party or whatever, but Pinkie doesn't want to go, and we get like another really funny joke with Rainbow Dash, where Pinkie pushes like the rocks at her, and she's like, leave her alone, chump. And Rainbow Dash is like, who are you calling chump? And the rocks just fall over, and Rainbow Dash just is like, oh my god, I cannot believe I'm actually doing this. That part is really funny. So anyway, she drags Pinkie to the barn, and they explain to her, and we get some like really good animations with Pinkie. We get like a big in-depth to Pinkie's character, which is great, and we get a lot of really good animation with Pinkie's character, which is really great. And then we get the message, which is like real friends will don't assume the worst. Always expect the best with real friends, and that's like a really good message. Like, as somebody who's insecure too, like a lot of the times, and I think like, man, people probably think I suck. Not people, but like friends. It's like, it's not good to have that mentality. You should, if they're your friends and they've proven to be your friends, you should really expect the best of them because they're your friends for a reason. You've made good people your friends, and that's a good message. It's like a really good message. Yeah, it's just a like a phenomenal episode. I by far think this is the best episode of season 1. Funny jokes, great animation. We get Pinkamena, who I know they bring Pinkamena back later. I don't think they ever do Pinkamena as good again, but we get Pinkamena from here. We get all of the main 6. You pretty much get everything you want out of a pony episode, other than the sisters, for me personally, and Starlight. Starlight's not around yet, so. But yeah, I think this is a phenomenal episode. I'd say it's perfect. Above 5 out of 5 stars. It's just phenomenal.